Hey everyone, this is Jen, and this is my PLL recap for 601, Game on Charles. Now, the first opening scene of this episode, we see crazy-ass bitch Sarah Harvey. And we don't, well, I already knew this, but most of y'all won't find out until later in the episode when she actually says her name when the police break into the little dollhouse thing and ask her what her name is. But this episode was actually a pretty good episode. I'm not going to hate on it. I wish there was more Emerson scenes. I will reference when Emily, she did say that Allie had changed when Spencer was just like, well, we're not all the same people. And Emily was just like, well, Allie's not the same person that she was years ago either. So there's a little Emerson moment there, and I'll get to the rest later in this recap. So, you see that when they escaped, they pissed Charles off, and so he kept them out there in the cold, rainy, little fenced-in place right outside the doors that let out, and they have been there, I don't know, I would say probably about a week, maybe, that he left them out there, and eventually, I guess he wasn't mad anymore, and he let them back in there, and as soon as they go back in there, they're I guess I'm guessing it's A or Charles or whoever in the black hoodie, like, threw down a smoke bomb real quick and then grabbed Mona, fake Allie, and the other girls had to go. No, they got gassed, and then they woke up like in a morgue-looking place, and they're all naked, and they're like, "Oh my god, my organs are still here," because they thought that that A harvested their organs or whatever. And then you see Mona come in and like dispense them like little Tylenol and aspirin and shit like that. So they pretty much figured out that Charles did that so that they could send a message to their families like, hey, they're dead, don't even bother looking for them anymore. But after that, they got to go back to their rooms, and as soon as they go into the rooms, like, everything, all the doors shut and shit, and everybody freaks out. So eventually when they're let out, what happened? Anyways, eventually they're let out, and they have to prepare for Allie's arrival, so they all have to go into Allison's room, except Mona. Mona's actually trapped in, like, this well thing, and it reminded me of Silence of the Lambs, it puts the lotion on the skin, or it gets the hose again, so, but anyways, Janelle was on point, with her acting, and she was, like, I felt, sadness and stuff for her. I really like Mona. I actually really like the way Janelle plays Mona. So, they're all trying to, Spencer, Hannah, Aria, and Emily, they're in Allison's little dollhouse room, and they're supposed to set it up to Allison's real room, preparing for her arrival. Spencer finds this old flyer, well, actually this newspaper article that reads about Allison being, let go and not being charged for Mona's murder, since we found out on the last episode of 5A that Mona was alive through the cameras that were, the computer system that was at the old Campbell's farm. So she was let go. And what happens is that Allison is at her house, and she gives a press conference and saying how she misses her friends and stuff like that. And within what she's saying, she pretty much gives like a location to where A can meet her, or Andrew, who they're suspecting at this time is A. They're suspecting is Andrew. So, but Miss Frizzy Cop, fuck, her name slipped my mind, but Frizzy Cop and all them are in Allison's house and trying to track down, and Allison gets a call, and they all thinks it's A, and she manages to like escape her house, and it's actually like a plan that Caleb, Ezra, Toby, and Allison all set up so that Allison could get away and draw Charles out of hiding. So, I don't know why they have to make the guys the hero and shit like that. I would have just been perfectly fine with Allison going and saving the girls, but they had to bring the guys into it. So they made it look like that A was actually in the house calling Allison on her phone, but it was just all a set-up plan that all of them put together. And so Allison drives all the way out to, it's like this GPS in a car, and she has to follow it, and the car shuts off as soon as she reaches her destination. Excuse me. And she presses this button on the overhead where, like the emergency roadside assistance and stuff like that. And I swear to you, it sounds like Byron's voice. Talking about everything that you need's in the trunk. So, oh shit. So, it's like this little, welcoming Hallmark card that's waiting for, and, some clothes for her to change into. Since Caleb had put, like, this little GPS chip in the heel of her shoe. So, I guess, A's pretty smart, so he's gonna figure that shit out. So she goes off into the woods, and, she went to the Kissing Rock, and you see the camera pan over to the EF plus AD, Emily Fields plus Allison De Laurentiis. So that was like a little Emerson moment there. And I swear to you, I just wanted Allie to sit down on the rock and like touch it like Emily did episodes back and just like reminisce. And I was like, oh, but she didn't. Too bad. So anyways, the girls, they the generator shuts off and they escape their rooms, and they go into like this like little I don't know, I guess Charles's kid room or something like that, and they find behind the dresser where there's like a little hidden vent where they go into his like soul room, I guess you would call it. And I forgot to mention earlier that when they were preparing for Allie's arrival in Allison's room, Mona had had carved in a message into the back of the closet saying that he was going to kill me. And that's when it pans back to Mona being trapped in the well thing. So anyways, they find that, and they're pretty much like baiting Charles by like burning up all his fucking shit. Which, I mean, yeah, it would have worked, but then they're fucking stuck down there. Like, if they're just gonna burn alive, they don't plan ahead. So anyways, but Charles wasn't even fucking focusing on them. He was focusing on Allie because it tripped one of the cameras out in the woods saying a motion detector and shit like that. And he's like, fuck them, they can just burn down there. I'm gonna go get damn Allison. So, Allison ends up meeting up with Caleb and Ezra later. So while everything's burning down there, they go to find Mona, and they actually get her out of the well. And they go to the metal doors that lead to the outside. And Caleb, Allie, and Ezra end up finding them because the smoke that's coming out through the vents out of the ground and the sprinkler alarm system that Charles had pulled to fucking put out the fire. So, but Emerson moment coming up. So when they finally like rip open the doors and get out there, you see Emily just run and Emerson. I loved it. Even it wasn't fair because all the hetero couples are like, I love you, I miss you, and Emerson just got a hug. So I mean, I guess it's in this day and age, I guess it's equivalent to they touched, yes, So either way, I was pretty happy about the hug that Emily just forget fucking Mona. Went straight to Allie and, hugged her and stuff like that. And they all had the reminiscing shit. And then Toby, with his bad acting, came in and he was like, Spencer! And then Spencer left Mona too and went to go kiss him. So, whatever. But, everybody's getting all doctored up. And that's when the police go back down into the dollhouse. And they're like, oh my god, there's still somebody down in here. And, that's when the cop goes down there and she's like, oh, it's okay. Don't, chill out. And then, she's like, what's your name? She's like, oh, my name's Sarah Harvey. So, so here we go. We find Sarah Harvey. Apparently Sarah Harvey's been down there this whole damn time. So she's fucking crazy. And, later on, oh yeah, since Spencer back in Allison's room, she saw, there's this little toy car and the initial CD. And Spencer pretty much figured out that Charles is part of the De Laurentiis family. So, when I thought it was going to be like the special awesome Emerson moment at the end, I was like, right at the last fucking 10 seconds, not 5 seconds of the episode, and I was like, oh my god, Emerson! And then it's just like, Emily runs over to Allison, she's like, I want to thank you, the guys told us what you did to save us, and thank you so much, and you could just see Allie, and then she went to go grab Emily's hands, and I swear to god, remember when Marlene tweeted about when somebody said about Allison saying to Emily, I know you want to kiss me, and then Marlene was just like, well, what if Emily says it? And right then and there, I swear, when Allison grabbed her hand, I wanted Emily to be like, I know you want to kiss me. But no, she fucking didn't. She ruined the moment by saying, Allie, who's Charles De Laurentiis? And Allie's like, who the fuck you talking about? So anyways, that was pretty much the episode. And the next episode, oh, my hair. What the hell happened? Anyways, The next episode, you see them, they're all saved, they're all suffering from PTSD, and it looks like what is shown, they're all in the hospital, they're all going through testing and stuff like that, and they're all like, stuff's triggering certain shit, and they're all sort of all going crazy in their own little way. And that's when Allison confronts her dad, like, who's Charles De Laurentiis? And he's like, what? And she's like, no. Who? Damn it, you tell me now. So I'm actually I'm pretty excited for the next episode to see, I want to see what Allison's dad says. I want to know what he knows, or like, how does Charles tie into this family? Like, that's just, it's killing me, because everybody's like, oh, well, maybe Marion is Miss De Laurentiis' twin sister, and blah, blah, blah. It's just so fucking weird, and you're just like, what? So, I'm really trying to figure out how I always thought he was a cousin, but there ain't no fucking telling.